It's RUTH WAIRIMU, and my sign language interpreter is Esther Kendi. Let's focus on the news making headlines in the country. Make sure you stay tuned. Now Kenya Party leader Martha Karua and Jubilee Party Secretary General Jeremiah Kioni officially launched the Kanamwe Leadership Forum, a cactus they say will be for promoting interests from the Mount Kenya region. Addressing the media in Nairobi, Martha Karua said they were still strong members of the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition, refuting the claims that the new outfit was signaling possible exit in the opposition when it was first announced back in September.
Of the people of the mountain, basically 14 counties, mountain and diaspora, and it is for us to talk about our interests, political, economic, socio, cultural, spiritual, and also to unite us so that we solidify our voice, so that the voice of Kamwene becomes the voice of the mountain. And that's one of the resolutions today, that we consolidate our voice under Kamwene so that when we speak, you will hear the mountain roar.
You will do better at plenary, because plenary will reach certain resolutions binding on all of us, which will be in about an hour's time. What we are about, as a matter of fact, we should tell you, Nagikoyo, what we are about is the region and the interests of the region. And just for clarity, politics is about interests. So those detractors who get edgy simply because the mountain is acting together, hakuna haja ya kufanya hivyo. Politics is about interest, and we, the people of the mountain, stand up in the Republic of Kenya to state our case. Thank you.
There are clear indications of political, economic annihilation of this community. And it starts slowly. We ignored the very negative campaign that was unleashed to our people more than 4 or 5 years ago. And we thought that people will be able to differentiate between everything that is right and what is wrong. We are now paying dearly as a community. We have seen very punitive decisions taken by the current regime, and we cannot see any light at the end of the tunnel. It's for that reason that we have come together as people from the same region to think together and forge one common approach, both economically and politically.
And away from that news updates, we have healthcare workers from Busia County have called off 1 week strike after reaching an agreement with the county government and union members. Addressing the media, Deputy Governor Arthur Odera said the county government is making all necessary efforts to tackle the concerns raised by the healthcare workers.
Baradhi watu wa Busia kwamba wamepata shida kufuatana na mgomo ambao haukustahili, na ndio maana tukafanya juhudi zote ambazo zingewezekana kuhakikisha kwamba mgomo umekomeshwa. Ilipofikia siku ya Ijumaa, viongozi wa vyama vya wafanyikazi wakasitisha mgomo na kwa sasa huduma za afya zimerejea, na kuna timu ambayo inaenda leo na kesho kuhakikisha kwamba katika mahospitali zote kwa kaunti hii huduma za afya zinapewana kikamilifu kwa wote ambao wanahitaji.
And away from that news updates, leaders from KiFi County have pledged to come together in the greater push for the region's development agenda. The leaders, led by County Governor Gideon Mungaro, also threw in their support behind the governor to support his vision while executing their mandate and ensure they deliver their election pledge to KiFi residents.
Ili wakati mbunge wa Malindi anafanya mradi fulani na mimi nafanya fulani, tuwe tunaweza kususije tukamwaga pesa mbalimbali, tuwe tunaweza kuweka mambo yetu yote pamoja. So tumekutana basically for consultation.
Kama wa KiFi tutafanikiwa vizuri tukiwa tunafanya kazi pamoja, na kwa sababu hiyo sisi tumekuwa na kikao kizuri sana, tumejadili mambo ya KiFi, na hii KiFi ni kubwa kuliko sisi sote, na sisi tukiungana tutafanikisha KiFi. Ndio sababu huu mkutano unaona kila mtu yuko, hatukuangalia chama, hatukuangalia kabila, hatukuangalia nini, tumeweka kila mtu katika huu. So watch this space. KiFi will be better than before.
And away from that news update, the Cabinet Secretary for Small Businesses and Cooperatives, Simon Chelungu, has assured residents of Baringo that the government is addressing the issue of invasion. This comes after a reservist police officer was killed in Kiserian, Baringo South, while guarding a digging machine that was being used for construction of the Kiserian Makutani Road. Speaking at the fundraising event for the construction of the church in Kaburnet, Chilungu said the government is continuing to take urgent action to ensure that cattle rustling is eradicated in the Kerio Valley.
Wakora wamekuja, wameua na wamejeruhi mwingine. So I want to send you, Waziri, with humility to your colleague CS Kindiki. Please inform him that the bandits are recruiting again. Let him mobilize the force that they had mobilized before, atusaidie isiende mbele vile ilikuwa.
Hii mauaji ambayo ilifanyika hivi majuzi inatukera, na ile kazi yote tumefanya inatutia wasiwasi. Kwa hivyo tuamini kwamba sisi tutaweka bidii. Mimi nimesikia wale wanaoshikilia hiyo kitengo watafanya mkutano kesho, wajaribu kuimarisha usalama katika sehemu hiyo, ndio turudishe watoto wasiwe na wasiwasi, waende shule, makanisa yaendelee vile wanaendelea, wananchi waendelee kwa kazi yao kama kulima shamba na mambo yao, sababu bila amani hakuna maendeleo itafanyika.
Away from that news, the national government has been challenged to ensure high school teachers and university lecturers are trained early enough on ways of implementing competency-based curriculum. A university preacher, a university lecturer, Dr. Anne Kagunda, while gracing a graduation ceremony of grade 6 pupils at St. Thomas Academy in Marugua, noted the last Class 8 under 844 system will be sitting for their KCPE this year, noting that apart from the efforts being directed to junior secondary school, little is being done in implementation of CBC in high schools and universities. Dr. Kagunda, who is a lecturer at Moi University, also called upon universities and colleges to retool their lecturers with skills of training CBC. The lecturer said universities and especially the Faculty of Education should be well equipped to train CBC, observing the teachers to implement the CBC in high schools and will be trained in the aim of faculty.
All science here for free.
And therefore, I am actually propagating the retooling of all the lecturers. Also, the curriculum needs to be reviewed in order to fit the requirements of the CBC, the collaboration, the practical aspect. Actually, the transition has to do with the academic work to the more practical work done by the CBC learners, the assessment and also the grading. And this is where we are saying that the teachers need to be equipped, to be exposed more in order to be able to acquire more information about the CBC. And there is a gap between the public and the private academies in terms that the private academies are able to acquire and they are able to bring up the requirements of the CBC. The public school is still somehow lagging behind. This is a call to the government, through the Ministry of Education, to be able to send the equipment and the resources required. On top of that, the parents need to come on board. That's when the teacher requires a certain issue, the parents can pick it up and move. Actually, CBC is a matter of collaboration. The first C is of collaboration. We need to consult a lot and we need to cooperate. The 3 C's must work together. Collaboration, consultative, and cooperation. It's a journey to go, and the country we shall make it. We are asking the parents, this long holiday that you have your children, purpose and initiate. What are you going to do? One of the key things I would like to ask the parent, instead of first of all monitoring, I request you to mentor. There's a lot of alcoholism, there is drug abuse, and particularly there is also the sexual dysfunction that is operating within our children. When we leave them so much and we come late and we are not there, we do not know what has been going on in the home. We want to request a parent, spend quality time with your child. Number 2, impart skills. Let the children be involved in working so that they can have their time occupied. Number 3, give them the gift of a home.
On other news updates, Narok County government has announced plans to construct an international airport in Narok town to curb air pollution in Masai Mara Game Reserve. Speaking during the opening of the Kag Church in Narok town, Governor Patrick Ntonto said the county government aims at constructing Oloisiwasiwu International Airport to curb the air pollution in the Masai Mara Game Reserve. He further said that the airstrip in the park has been contributing to the air pollution that has contributed to animal disturbance in Masai Mara Game Reserve.
Tunapambana tuone kama tutajenga hii Oloisi Usu International Airport. Na lengo na madhumuni yangu ni kwamba tunaweza namna gani kutoa wale wazungu wote wanaendaga huko Mara, so that tunafunga zile airstrip ambayo wako nazo huko, kwa sababu zimekuwa ni kelele nyingi kwa wanyama. Sasa kila mzungu akitoka Ulaya kwanza anapiga stop Narok. Akipiga stop Narok, kwa sababu wa vijana wetu wale wa Mara, wale wako na macruisers, watakuwa watapata kitu inaitwa dropping and picking. Na wale wakina mama wetu ambayo wanatengeneza hizi shanga watakuwa na what we call watakuwa na duka kubwa ambayo wanaweza weka hizi vifaa zao, wanauzia wazungu. Wale ambao hawaendi, madrivers, mapilot, watakuja hii town kidogo kulala, wangojea wazungu siku 2 ndio waelekee. Ina maana kwamba tukipata hiyo international airport, kuna watu wengi watapata kazi na pia pesa itazunguka kwa town yetu.
Our final news updates. The Israel-Hamas war continues to claim lives of men, women and children, as Gaza Hamas-run health ministry said today, Monday, that more than 5,000 people have been killed in Gaza since Israel launched endless bombs more than 2 weeks ago. A global alarm has been sounded about the escalating humanitarian crisis in Gaza amidst the war sparked by the October 7th Hamas attack that Israel officials say killed more than 1,400 people who were gunned down, stabbed or burned by the Islamist militants, and more than 200 hostages taken. On a day when Israel Army reported more than 300 new strikes within 24 hours, Gaza's health ministry said the death toll has surged above 5,000 people, with more than 2,000 of them children, in figures yet to be verified. That is all we had prepared for today. Thank you for joining us here at Science TV News. With me, your host, RUTH, WAIRIMU, and this is my sign-in. A sign language interpreter has been as the king. Welcome. Let's welcome Beno Rangai for sports news after the break. Have a good night and enjoy your evening.
As a professional or a corporate entity, download the app from the Google Play Store or App Store and proceed to register as a corporate entity from the drop-down menu. Edit your profile and add your phone number onto the profile. You can then load money into your wallet using an M-Pesa push notification or via Visa debit card details. You are now ready for professional interpretation services. Download the app from the Google Play Store or App Store today.
Welcome to Kids Technical College. Our priority is to prepare you for opportunities in a career of your choice. We are a registered NEC examination center and are accredited by TVETA, CASNEP and NITA. We train diploma, certificate, artisan and professional courses in business studies, catering, hospitality and tourism, cosmetology, engineering, social sciences, counseling psychology, health sciences, Kenya Sign Language, ICT, driving and CASNEP courses. Call 0725-857976. Kids Technical College, creating opportunities.
Hello viewers, welcome to Science TV. I am your host, Ben Werangai, and Sign Language Interpreter Voicing is Gideon Maina. Let's focus on what happened in the world of sports. KCB teams were off to a good start as the 37th edition of the Kenya Institute of Bankers Interbanks Sports officially kicked off at the Kenya School of Monetary Studies KSMS. The banks is participating in various sports disciplines including chess, rugby, tug of war, golf, volleyball, basketball, football, drafts, checkers, netball, among others. In the opening round of tennis, women, KCB Trust Bank of Baroda 3-0 and SBM Bank of Kenya 3-0. In the men's category, KCB won 3-1 and 3-0 against Bank of Baroda and CBM Bank respectively. In the highly contested football games, KCB men's team beat HFC Bank 8-0 to top its group ahead of the knockout stages, while the women's team saw off I&M Bank 3-0. Basketball group stages saw KCB win 20-10 over Bank of Africa, 29-5 against NCBA, 24-13 over ABSA, and recorded a 22-42 against rivals Equity Bank. The sporting action will continue at the Kenya School of Monetary Studies KSMM, ABSA grounds and KCB Sports Club Ruaraka.
The turnout is a bit low, but I know it's still the starting ceremony. By the end of the week, you'll see quite a number of people, but it's been great. At least I know, and the games that have happened just before the opening ceremony has been great. So far, so good. In some sports, mixed results like snooker, darts, we've done quite well. Tug of war, both the teams are great. Handball, all the teams are great. So it's a game at a time. I've been involved in the selection process, and it's been quite intensive because we've chosen our best across the group. So we are going to actually, we brought in our best team and we're in this to win. We've not come to joke. Yeah.
We have prepared quite well for this year's edition. We have been training for the last 3 months, and for our performance this year we expect it to improve. I know last year we were position 3. This time round, we are aiming at the top position. The team is well prepared and well selected. Also, our confidence is much, much higher. We have done well this year. We have been training well. So we expect good results this time round. We expect our toughest opponents to be similar to last year, if not less. We expect a tough game from Equity and also Coop Bank. I know it's a good team from their side, but from our side here, we have prepared well and we expect to do well.
Honor. It's honor. On to our next news item. Burundi became the 100th country to implement FIFA's Football for Schools program after the World Football Governing Body, led by its president Gianni Infantino, launched the event at Urunani Stadium in Buganda, Bujumbura. Football for Schools aims to make the game more accessible to young people by incorporating football activities into the education system. The ceremony took place in the presence of Burundi Minister of East Africa Community Affairs, Youth, Sports and Culture, Gervais Abayeho, and the President of Football Federation of Burundi, Alexander Muyenge. FIFA Chief of Global Football Development, Arsene Wenger, and Chairman of FIFA Referees Committee, Colina, were also part of the FIFA delegation, along with FIFA Director Member Association Africa, Gelson Fernandez, and FIFA Senior Football Advisor, Yori Jokofa. FIFA instructors Antonio Sanchez and Melvin Mendy trained 62 educators and master trainers from Burundi's 18 regionals and Bujumbura on the operational implementation of football for schools. That is all we had prepared for you here at Science TV. Thank you for your valued company. I have been your host, Ben Wirangai, and sign language interpreter voicing is Gideon Minor. Please don't forget to send in your comments on our social media platform, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Good night and bye-bye.